Are we on? Oh, hi. Okay. Let me know. Let me know when I'm supposed to talk.
Still spinning.
I think you're good. Yeah, you should probably start talking.
Okay, I'm just going to start talking. Hey, they're telling me to start talking. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Monday night web chat. I am Terri Clark. Welcome to the Terri Clark chat room web chat. So I'm going to answer a few questions, and I appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Marnie over here, who takes care of everything me,
I'll start with the first question.
Has some questions. Okay, Marnie.
Donna Woodley would like to know how many dogs you have now.
Too many dogs, Donna. I have 3 dogs, which is probably one too many, but I love them very much. Got a new dog in June. Not the dog I thought I was going to get because I tend to gravitate towards the wieners a little bit. I like the wiener dogs. The Vienna sausage dogs. And so I have 2 of those now and was on a waiting list to get another. Everybody in here is laughing now, of course. I was on a waiting list to get another wiener dog and up north at my lake house, there was a dog next door that started to play with one of my existing wiener dogs, and it was not a wiener dog. It was a Morkie. And she came over. Her name is Marlo, and she played with Charlie, my little female long-haired dachshund, and they would not stop playing. So they played and played and played and played and played and absolutely fell in love with each other to the point where I was like, I have to get my dog a dog. So I got my dog a dog, and it was not a wiener dog. It was a Morkie, and she's adorable. Can't imagine life without her. So we love her.
Cute.
Thanks.
At what age did you start playing guitar? Bonnie says her child is 8, started a few months ago.
I started playing guitar when I was 9. So your child actually has about a year up on me. And I always tell people I should be a lot better for as long as I've been playing, because if you do the math, I've been playing for 38 years. I figure I should be Jimi Hendrix or something at this point, but I'm really not. But I find playing guitar something that has aided me in everything that I've done in my career. It's how I got my first record deal, my first publishing deal. I auditioned, entered talent shows, got my job at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge playing for tips, and I did it all solo with just myself and accompanying myself with the guitar. So I don't know that I would be standing here talking to you guys if I couldn't play guitar. I know it's all about the vocals and the records and what you hear on the radio, and that's not necessarily guitar playing, but I think it's a great thing for kids to learn an instrument and become passionate about something at a younger age. They're going to be a lot better at it the younger they start. So 8 is a good time to start playing guitar.
Marjorie would like to know any artists we need to check out, and she's still waiting for you to come to the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh, I've been to the Netherlands. It's awesome. But that was a vacation. Marjorie, nice to see you. Hope you're doing great. The artist that I'm listening to a lot, Jason Isbell, absolutely think he's fantastic. I love him. Chris Stapleton, I actually was listening to before he won all the CMA awards, so I discovered him. I'm glad you're all catching on now. But love his record. There are a lot of really good things out there right now. I'm always up for hearing new artists and discovering new things. But I think Jason and Chris are the 2 artists I'm listening to the most right now. I love Amos Lee. I love the Weepies. I love singer-songwriter stuff. Anything that really, that you can sit down and it's almost like a picture book. When somebody writes a song, you can see the story play out in your mind. And I think that's, the mark of a good songwriter is it's like a mini movie. And they don't even have to film it. They just have to put it into words and to music, and you can see it. So that's what I love about new music these days.
Maggie would like to know what song of yours makes you the happiest and in the moment.
Oh, the happiest. Oh, gosh, that's a tough one. The song of mine that makes me the happiest and in the moment. That's really tough to ask. That's like asking somebody which one of their kids is their favorite. Different songs emote different feelings for me, and it's hard for me to pick one song that makes me the happiest because, and this is going to sound like a cop-out answer, but just standing on stage and connecting with an audience It really doesn't matter what song it is because every song means something different to everybody. It's all up to interpretation. So the fact that I can connect at all, no matter what emotion it is in me, my recollection or memory of having written it or when I recorded it is going to be different from anybody else listening to it. And that's what I love about playing and singing. I think I'm my happiest when I'm on stage, no matter what the song is.
Do you have a favorite song you like to perform live?
Oh, same kind of question. Favorite song I like to perform live? My gosh, I love If You Want Fire. I love to play that song live. We do a cover of Folsom Prison Blues that's pretty fun to play live. I tend to like the more rockin', the stuff that's a little edgier, stuff that I can actually pick up an electric guitar and play a few signature licks on and be a real part of the band. I love being a part of the band. To me, it's not so much about standing, center front stage and being the diva with the light on me and holding the microphone. I feel like one of the band and like a part of making the music up there. So the songs that, the songs I like to play live the most are with the most interaction with the guys and girl up on the stage with me.
Lindsay was at your UK Manchester show a couple years ago.
Oh, yes.
Blew her away.
Thanks.
When are you coming back?
Oh my gosh. The UK, Europe, all of that jazz, we're aiming for 2017. We were going to come back in 2016, but there's a lot on the books for this year, and I didn't want to overextend myself to the point of being so tired by the end of the year that I was crying uncle. So we took that off the schedule for this year, but we're going to work on getting back over there in 2017. I know it sounds like a long time, but it'll be here before you know it, because time goes by fast.
Speaking of, what are your plans for 2016?
Plans for 2016. I don't know what I'm allowed to say here, but I'm writing songs. I wrote a song with John Rich today at his bar, which is his house. And we had a really great time, wrote a really good song. We'd never written together. So I'm doing some songwriting. I've got a couple more songwriting sessions before the end of the year. And I'm looking to go back in and record some new music. There's no set schedule or deadline with that, just whenever the songs are right, with somebody that I've worked with in the past, the producer that actually signed me to my first record deal, and he also produced my first 4 albums. So we have a successful track record together, and he believes that maybe there's a chance that you never know. I could actually get on the radio again, which, wow, wouldn't that be a miracle? It'd be great. But you never know until you try. So it's good to have somebody in my corner believing in that. And so I'm just writing a lot of songs, going to be looking for some great songs, and into next year touring. We're going to Laughlin and Vegas, and then I'm going to, focus on more of, taking it easy and shoveling some snow up north in January and February, and then next summer doing some festivals, and then we're going to be announcing a big tour in the spring that, a big, long 37-city tour. So that's all I'm going to tell you right now. Stay tuned.
One thing you can talk about is the Winnipeg Symphony show.
Yes.
In April. Are you excited about that?
I'm very excited. The Winnipeg Symphony show, I've never done anything like this. So, of course I'm a little bit, the venturing into the unknown, but at this juncture, 20 years into touring and my career and that, it's fun to challenge yourself with something different and kind of think outside the box. And my new agent, Nick, who rocks, by the way, he's doing a fantastic job, brought this to me, and he said, the Winnipeg Symphony, and it's something that my manager, Clarence, had brought up about 5 years ago about doing symphony shows, and I thought, that's an interesting thought. He said, I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Like, it'll work. And so I guess I'm going to be playing acoustic, and the symphony's going to be behind me, and we're going to come up with a few songs that work for that, and I think it's going to be really neat, and one of those experiences in life that you never forget, and if it works, maybe I can do it some other places, and if we all like it, it would be fun to try some more of that.
After you're done playing music, hopefully years down the road.
Done?
Lori says,
Done-co?
Where do you see yourself?
Playing more music.
Never stopping.
John and I had this very conversation today. I said, like, people, artists who announce retirement and then inevitably always come back, there's a reason why that happens. It's hard to retire from something that's a part of who you are and that you love. It's not a job. People retire from jobs. They don't retire from their passion. So I can honestly say that I'll be singing and playing and doing this for as long as, somebody shows up and puts their butt in a seat to come and see me. I'm not going to, walk out and play to an empty room. I'll just stay home at that point. But as long as you guys are still willing to come out and support what I'm doing, I am willing to give you 110% every single night and hope to do it for a long time to come.
Jessica asks, since you've hit more of the U.S. this year, what has been the best part about touring the U.S. this summer and fall?
Well, the best part about touring the U.S. has been touring the U.S. It's really great to have an agency that is 100% believes in me and my show and what I do, and believes that I have an audience that wants to hear what I'm doing here. And it's nice to be a priority somewhere where you don't necessarily feel like you're a little fish in a great big pond. And I'm looking to work with United Artists Agency, Nick Minema, Lance Roberts, and all those guys for a really long time. I think we're off to a really great start. It's really our first year. And Nick is also a phenomenal Canadian agent. He knows that market really well. As we know, that's an important thing to me too, is Canada. So we get the best of both worlds with this agency, and we're really having a great time.
Andrea asks, would you do a tour with someone like Reba and Trisha? I've been to concerts where guys have toured together, like Luke Bryan, Tyler Farr, Jason Aldean, and so on. She thinks we need a bra country tour.
Oh, well, of course. Well,
Who would you choose?
Right. Who would I choose?
Yeah.
Yes.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Reba and Trisha.
Of course. Of course.
What are your eating habits like on the road? And what's your favorite meal?
Oh, God.
Lori Lightfoot asks.
My favorite, okay, so life on the road is extremely inconsistent as far as the food train goes. I mean, you can, one day we always have pizza after every show. My tour manager, Brian, he has a one-stop shop, and it's pizza, 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 pizza. That's basically, well, it's easy. And who doesn't like pizza? It's hard to get a bad piece of pizza. So there's a lot of that, and there are some times where I've got to say, you got to keep it in the dressing room. Don't even bring it to the bus, because I can't, seriously, I'm just watching myself like it's one of those fun house mirrors. So, but you just kind of, it is what you get. And eating habits on the road, I don't eat generally 4 or 5 hours before a show. So my dinner time is 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've made some really horrendous mistakes of eating large Mexican meals in Dallas before a Billy Bob show or something, and the results are bad. So yeah, it's no fun to sing when you feel like you're full and when you've got, heartburn going on. So I just avoid eating that. And then I just have maybe a snack after the show. So that's my eating, but I try not to eat a lot of carbs. I stick with a lot of protein, and I run. I'm still running, even though I'm not running 12 miles a day, which is cray. It's a tolerable amount.
What's your favorite holiday food to cook?
Oh gosh. Prime rib is a big one. Shortbread cookies. Been getting into grilling turkey. If nobody's ever tried grilling a turkey on a charcoal grill, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. Look up the recipe online. Actually, I think we're going to post the recipe at some point. It's really good. And my stuffing, my mother's stuffing is so good. People go back for, 7ths and 8ths of that. It's really, really good. Lots of butter.
What are your plans for the holidays?
I'm going to be in Canada, spending it with my dad, my grandmother, going to see my sister, both sisters, and hopefully get some snow, which also will mean I'll be shoveling snow, but that's okay.
Do you have any favorite family traditions that you guys do?
Family traditions, we always opened a present on Christmas Eve, one gift on Christmas Eve, which sounds kind of, one gift, like there are a lot of kids in the world who don't even get one gift. It sounds so Western and selfish to say something like that and over the top, but we always got to open one thing. And but seriously, the older I get, presents really don't mean that much. I think it's more about, having the people around you that are your family that you love and care about, good health. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. And enjoying the Christmas and the traditions, but I like the stockings. Stockings are always a family tradition. What are you waving around about over there?
Keep talking. We're just
Okay, I'm going to keep talking. So I like stockings, cookies, dressing dogs up in Santa suits. They love that. Ho, ho,
good,
ho.
good, good.
Good.
What's your favorite vacation spot?
My favorite
Mike would
vacation.
like to know.
Oh, gosh. Well, Mike. I've been to Kauai a couple times, which is awesome. My dream vacation is Tahiti. Never been there. That was my mom's favorite place. So at some point in my life, I want to get over there, and because she was really moved by it, very connected to Tahiti, and I want to see why. I love going to my cottage and getting in my boat and going fishing and hanging out, golfing up there. I know that Ontario. I love to be there. There's something about that place and it's on Lake Erie, which feels like the ocean, and a really perfect Lake Erie day in July or August. You can't beat it.
Annie would like to know, if you'd not been blessed with a voice suitable for career in music, what would your other career choices have been?
I probably would have become a police officer or a member of the RCMP. That's what I was looking at going into when I was 12, 13 years old, and I got all the little pamphlets and everything. And the RCMP, for those of you who are not aware, is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They're like government police, the federal police. And you can have a great career in that. There's hope for me yet. I could maybe still go into the RCMP when I retire from singing. Just kidding.
Do you get nervous before you go on stage?
I don't get nervous sometimes. I don't get that nervous before I go on stage. I get nervous about television more than anything. Live TV performances freak me out, always have. I think cameras are cameras, though. It doesn't matter how small or big the TV show. It's intimidating knowing that, all these hundreds of thousands of people are watching you through this little lens, and, in live TV especially, no takesy backsies. Once it's out there, that's it.
Chrissy would like, what's the main thing you would like non-country music fans to understand about the genre? Misconception.
Well, I do think people stereotype country music. Oh, I still have people call it country and western, which drives me crazy. It hasn't been called country and western since 1935. Just the whole stereotype that if your dog runs away and someone's in jail and your wife leaves you and then whiskey and it's all these stereotypes about the subject matter. But if people will listen to songs like "Live Like You Were Dying" and "Don't Laugh at Me," and gosh, there are just "Love Me." Some of the songs even from the 90s, some of the great songs, "Everything That Glitters" and Bob McDill. Great songwriter. There's some songwriting that I think people who stereotype country music and sort of dismiss it by not listening to it are really missing out on things that are real life, and it's what makes up what we live here for and what we're on Earth for.
Kelly would like to know how you're liking your new role at Nash FM.
Love it. I especially like my new sleep patterns. They're awesome. Yeah, no more 3:30 wake ups is really great. It's been I love being a part of the show. I loved doing the show full time, but the biggest challenge was sleep deprivation, not having a lot of energy to work out and exercise, and which leads to not eating healthy. I think it's all a big cycle, and it didn't really bode super well for me. Chuck Wicks, I think, is much better suited and more fit to handle that kind of schedule, and younger. But they wanted me to stay a part of the show, which is great. It's a win-win situation, so I get to be a part of the cast and come in every other Thursday or every Thursday and get my sleep and tour as much as I want to, which is what I am meant to be doing. So I'm having a great time with doing it all. I want to do it all. See what I did there?
Do you have a favorite Christmas song or Christmas album?
Yes. Nat King Cole, I think it's called A Christmas Song, is the name of the album. It's really great. Oh, goodness. Love the whole album. I can't pick a favorite Christmas song, but Baby It's Cold Outside's always been one that I loved. I like classic Christmas stuff. I like Bing Crosby, anything Frank Sinatra might do. That Nat King Cole record, there's an instrumental album called George Winston December. That's great. And it's not really Christmas themed, but it just makes me feel like Christmas. So Marnie's giving me the wrap up right now, which the old helicopter. But we're wanting to remind you guys that we're going to have our semi-annual or biannual, whatever you want to call it, fan club party in 2016 here in Nashville. More information after the first of the year. We're going to get that to you as soon as possible because I know that Nashville's crazy and hotel rooms are booking up really fast. And, I hope that everybody who wants to come can fit in my living room on the couch. Just kidding. But, we'll get you that information as soon as we can. It's going to be a great time. A lot of you have requested that I do a solo show, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to play acoustic and maybe take a few requests and come out and hang out with you guys. Send me suggestions of how you want the fan club party to go. If you want me to do an autograph line, I can do that. If you want me to jump off the stage and just mingle about the room and hang out, that's fine too. I can do whatever you guys want. So let me know. Marnie's shaking her head. That's too disorganized. I just threw you right on the bus. I'm right under the bus. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe over the holidays. Drive carefully, don't drink and drive, and watch out for reindeer. Bye.
Awesome.